endings?
Nah, he's just. I told you before, he's a masochist, but he doesn't know about it. He doesn't know that he's a masochist. He just pain makes him. It tickles. Pain makes him.
You do realize that when pain reaches a certain threshold, your body shuts down, right?
Yeah.
Your body literally goes, nope.
Adios, amigos.
Good night, everybody.
Well, shuts down, you mean like faint, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just fainting. It doesn't mean you'll be like.
It's just fainting, you know.
Have you ever
It just
fainted
means
before?
you get a break.
Have you ever fainted
Get
before?
a break from the fun.
Have you ever passed out before, like faint?
I never passed out before in my life. I nap, sure.
Oh, I'm not talking about sleeping. I'm talking about like literal fainting.
Everything just goes dark, and then your consciousness is gone, right?
Let's see. For me, it was everything turned blue and green and started to spin, and then the next thing I knew, I was on the floor, and then I was waking up, and my mom was over me because she wasn't far, so I was like, oh, okay.
I guess Arasha will just have like flashes of like imagery, like one of those movies. Well, before characters painting, they just see flashes before, last flashes of image they see before they faint. That's all that happens.
Can't wait till I get telepathy. Then I can learn what makes Rasha tick.
You wanna learn about his fears?
I don't know how he got these scars.
I know how he got those scars. They skinned him.
That's a thing though. That's the thing. Can Kindred heal their scars, or if they're like branded, they can't. They can get rid of
there
their
are
brand.
special ways to permanently damage Kindred.
No.
And I know this because it happened in one of the games I watch, and I forget what they said it was because basically they fucked up in like the first session during their like test to be released from their sires, and two of the characters got dragged off to be tortured for like 3 weeks, and they branded the Toreador because that was the thing that would be the worst insult to them. You know, they basically got an acid bath for a week, and then they got branded.
That is perfect skin, oh no.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see, is there...
Good thing I'm a Braha. I don't care about scars.
Braha. Is there a way for scarring? Let's see.
I feel like if he does have a scar, it's just gonna be like a mark of pride for him, like a fucked up version of like Medal of Honor or something.
You mean unless they, brand you with the Camerilla, and then, everybody thinks you're a Camerilla dog.
There's ways
They brand
to
you with the Camerilla,
to turn that around.
and then
I used to be a Camerilla dog, and then I marked this off with an X.
And then tattoo Camerilla bitch.
Yeah.
And it's on your forehead too, so it's hard to cover up.
Yeah, they always put it somewhere visible.
Alright.
Let's see here.
There's always ways to turn that around, those marks. Rash is very crafty in a way when he's when his brain is in the right place, which is not always.
Gotta be aware of the noises, hun.
I was trying to put it back on. It's hard to put back on.
Okay, just you're doing it a lot.
I was having trouble.
There's a permanent wound flaw.
Second question.
Mm-hmm.
Is the sheriff's gonna be involved in my torture?
Is what?
Is the sheriff's gonna be involved in my torture? Like, is she gonna be there? Is she gonna be the one torturing me too?
I do believe what I had said last week, and I should have reviewed your torture, but we had made plans to rewind and go in more depth with it. I don't believe she was present during the initial description, but since we talked about it more at length about you wanting the scene done, I can certainly add her in if you want.
I just like the idea of Raksha just like teasing the fuck out of like the sheriff who is just slowly growing hatred and more hatred towards him because he's just enjoying it. Like no matter what punches she gave, you just like teasing her like, is this all you can do? I've seen worse.
Sorry, I thought I was mute.
It's okay.
Okay. Well, let's get started properly then, which of course means, we have to go over our announcements. So, as you know, we are playing Vampire the Masquerade in the World of Darkness setting. Things are often much grimmer, and darker themes will be prevalent within the game, such as torture tonight. We will remind everyone that we are playing characters in a role-playing game, and as such, it is okay to hate the characters, but this is not a reflection of any player or the storyteller's personal beliefs. If at any point the subject matter presented within Northern Lights triggers you, makes you upset, becomes controversial to your own well-being, it is okay for you to not watch this episode. You can step away from the scene as it's happening and come back with a... once you're back and ready to continue on, or the distressing scene has passed, and there you can resume enjoying the show. But just remember that we are here to have fun, and we're playing a role-playing game, and thus we have to fit the roles that we are doing while within the game. It doesn't mean that anything that is being done is okay to perpetrate or reenact in real life. Anyways, the recap of last week was we were going over the damages of what had happened in the previous session, where two of our players had openly breached the Masquerade by displaying their powers in a gross show of athleticism as they clearly ran from one side of the city to the other, and in such a brazen disregard for all things sacred in kindred society, they were promptly tracked down and apprehended by the sheriff and one of their hounds to be taken to the Ivory Tower directly to answer to Prince Siana. This was also followed by a meeting with the remaining members of the coterie, Aldrich and Sybil, who followed shortly after, but not before disavowing themselves of the two breachers, which possibly saved their own skin. Josie and Raksha were subjected to questioning and their own versions of punishment, Josie having to execute the Thin Blood, young Sullivan, with the sword that was used to kill her brother in front of the prince and to the prince's amusement, although any indication of her knowing any of that involvement was never truly given. Raksha, not being so lucky, was taken off to be tortured, and they were given the assurance that he would be returned eventually. Sybil and Aldrich had gone and had put on a show of introducing themselves and bending the knee to the Prince of Vancouver in order to save themselves and save face, as one does in Camerilla society. Whether you fall within the Camerilla's reach or not, you still make yourself known within a city that is under Camerilla control, lest you be hunted down and punished appropriately.
To be fair, it's also kind of expected in Anarch territories.
Yeah, I mean it is, but this is specifically in Camerilla. You are required to. But yes, it is a valid point, because Anarchs are basically just Camerilla that want power themselves. There really isn't much of a fundamental difference between the two. It's a big misconception that they are vastly different. They are not. It is just that younger generations want power that the older generation are not sharing, and so they said, "Screw you,
Despite
Mom, I'm
what-
getting my own apartment."
It's like a teenager saying to their parent, "You don't understand. I'm different than you," but they're literally the exact same.
Basically,
Yeah, it
yeah,
also depends on what anarchs.
and
Like anarchs think that they're different, but they're not.
it's very much a teenager who wants to be treated like an adult and have the responsibility, and and they're like, no, you're not gonna have that. You can't do these things, and they're like, well, I'm gonna move out and eat my cake and ice cream as much as I want. And then they get out and they're like, oh shit, we can't actually eat our cake and ice cream every day. We need to actually have vegetables and do things like follow the Masquerade. So Anarchs still follow a lot of the Camerilla foundational rules because they know that it's not good for them not to. But yeah, Aldrich and Sybil were allowed to leave after their introductions, and the Camerilla dropped Josie off outside of her apartment, and Aldrich and Sybil were able to leave on their own, and Raksha did not get to leave. And we will zoom back. Mike's burp, excuse me. We will zoom back to the Ivory Tower. I believe we called it the Moonlight Sword Hotel, which is still a really metal and awesome sounding name.
Sponsor us, Mikes.
Sponsor us, Mikes. We zoom back into the Moonlight Sword Hotel where Raksha has been kept, and we established early on that he would be... Oh, that looks delicious. Why do you do this?
You said cake and ice cream.
That's fair. That's fair. Ah, it looks so good. I still think we still have a piece of that Reese's cake, too.
We do.
Yeah. There's a, Reese's ice cream cake that has been sitting in our freezer for probably going on 2 months now.
Probably. I'm sure it's fine.
No, it's definitely fine. It's ice cream. We still have ice cream in there, too. We are way off topic tonight.
Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Is this just gonna be you and Oren talking for a while?
Yes, it will, in fact, just be Oren. Oren's
So if
scene.
I mute myself and print out something that I need to do for my taxes and possibly put it in an envelope, we're good?
Yes, go ahead
Yeah,
and take
cool.
care. Go ahead and take care of what you need, hon. It'll be all right.
Cool. It's on my computer, so I'll still be here and I'm still listening and everything, but...
Also, is that what I think it is sitting in on our game?
Vampires Vino. Vampire wine.
Ark, is that him? Is Senpai watching our game?
Is it? It might be Jason Carl.
Oh my God, Jason! Hi. Okay,
What's
sorry.
his name on Twitter.
Yeah. Oh my God, hi, Jason. Jason Carl's watching. He's the one who does VCbyNight. Anyways, and works for White Wolf and stuff. It's geeks. Okay, sorry. Now I have to do good. Okay, Raksha.
I gotta do good too now.
Yeah, we
You're a
are
vampire.
we are put on the spot here. Raksha, you are taken from the top of the hotel to a service elevator that takes you down deep into the dark recesses of the hotel's basements. The Camerilla have set up a dungeon, as it were, here, where you will be subjected to your punishment. As we described last week, this torture goes on for about a week. There is a great deal of physical harm that is put to your body. Cutting implements, you are beaten, battered, spit on. They run every gambit of brutality that they can inflict upon your body, knowing full well that your kindred form is able to sustain a great deal of punishment. And like we established last week, you are brought just to the verge of torpor, but never truly given that release of blacking out. And this is where I believe you said you wanted to start instigating them a little bit more. How does he react as time goes on? The one particular scene, one night, it would be, say, a Ventru comes out and they're like, oh, I like using these cutting tools, and they just start cutting into things, tearing off pieces of you, showing you the various levels of damage. But if I recall, you are an old-time freedom fighter. This is your cup of tea. You did this to invaders of your homeland well beforehand, and you've probably had your own torture in your living life. How do you respond to all of this?
Oh, being an old freedom fighter, he's more than just have been in the torture's footstep. He's been the one getting tortured. In fact, that's probably he has more experience being the person who is tortured, because back then, he was kind of like a servant, forced as a servant. So, lashes and all that stuff, and being burned and all that stuff. It's nothing new. It's nothing new. And having, and I feel like when they show him all that they cut on him, like just showing the damages and all, he's just like, yeah, he just pretends to have a pain and all that, but eventually he just like breaks out into a laughter, because it's like, this is all you can do? Really, this is all you can do to me? I can take something more than this. Take me for a baby? You take me for, like, I don't know, a newborn or something, like a new kinder? Please.
The Ventru kind of scoffs at that and says, well, you're tough then. All right. And he snaps his fingers, and when he snaps his fingers, a couple of human handlers bring out a few items, one of which is... It's like a large metal, not like tin, but a... Kind of like, if you think of like a sandbox, but it's made of metal, and it's deep enough that you can pour just like a thin layer of something, but they start piling up like wood for a bonfire. Another person starts gathering up some gasoline, and they make an effort of coating first the bonfire with it, and then the Ventru walks back over to you and says, the prince said that you'd have to be returned. They didn't say you had to come back alive. We can just bring your skull to them. And they signal to one of the helpers, and the helper pushes a button down on a nearby boombox, and some music starts playing, and the Ventru slowly starts dancing around you to the music of Stuck in the Middle with You, reminiscent of Reservoir Dogs. But as they're going, he is helping himself to dousing you in a healthy amount of gasoline. But he makes a effort of scooting you back just enough from the fire, but then he also starts to spray just a little bit of a trail from your body on the chair to the slowly being built up bonfire. And he stops it just short, but it's just a reminder that all it takes is just a little bit of gasoline to connect the line between where you are to the bonfire. And then he steps back to a safe distance, and one of the mortals steps forward, lights a match, and holds it out in front of you. And the fire is low enough, and not enough to invoke the beast, but it is enough to make it stir, because both your mind and the beast know what's coming next. And he flicks the match into the bonfire, and it goes from a low flame to just a roaring inferno as this wood bonfire pile catches. And I need a fear frenzy from you, as the beast tries to rebel at the proximity of the fire.
Fear frenzy. I just need to roll a frenzy, right?
Yes, it'll just be a frenzy, but instead of you lashing out physically, it is just one that is terror-based.
Alright, there you go.
2. You are terrified. Fire being one of the few things that shakes any kindred to the core. And while Raksha can laugh in the face of fists and crowbars and cutting tools, fire kind of unites all kindred in the realization of final death. And the Ventru laughs and he says, "What's the matter? You're not talking so tough anymore. Bring him closer." And 2 of the human helpers lift you up with the chair still tied, or you still tied to the chair, and they scoot you closer and closer to it. Get him nice and warm. Do you say or do anything as they drag you closer?
Rakshas probably would want to break through the chair. Like he's really going for it. Like he's just shaking around. It's like, yeah, with his strength.
Absolutely.
That's the thing, though.
Give me a strength athletics, and I will give you 2 dice since you are panicking. I know Bruja can pull some inner strength in certain
Strength
moments.
athletic.
Activate that potence.
Alright. 5, right?
Sorry?
Oh wait.
Whoop. Do you have any willpower to re-roll?
I do. I have a willpower for that. I'm gonna re-roll that.
Gonna re-roll it. All right. Please do
Can't
so.
re-roll it.
Can't re-roll it?
They're all
Oh!
hunger
Can?
dice.
Why do you only have 3 dice?
Hmm?
You only
No.
have 3 dice?
Oh yeah.
What happened here? You
I
have
think I still have access to the sheet.
you have 4 strength and 3 athletics.
You should have 7 die pool.
It's
9
because
die
it's
with
because
the
he
ring.
has he has 4 hunger, which doesn't explain that. Something happened.
Oh, the hunger was because the last time you told me that he'll end up with like.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
but
that
that
would
doesn't
that
take
would
away
that would
dice.
that would move it to the hunger dice. It doesn't explain why your dice are missing. You rolled athletics. Did you just roll athletics? You should have rolled strength and athletics.
I click on the athletics, and then for the attribute I put in strength.
All right,
That's what I did.
I'm gonna try it here. See if there's something funny going on. It worked for me.
Try it one more time.
Try it one more time.
Alright. With strength.
And no, you can't keep my roll.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. All right.
And 2 more, right?
Oh yes, it should have been 2 more as well. Just roll
Just roll
2d10.
2d4?
2d10.
Oh, 2d10.
Mm.
There you go.
All right. No criticals, and it would not have become messy for you. Yeah. So you end up raging. The fear of the fire, the primal need to not be brought closer to this causes you to lash out, flex, rip, pull, and largely just break the chair. When you break the chair, you hit the ground, and you're able to roll back and kind of do that like back scurry as you like crab walk your way away from the fire. And unfortunately, you are in a room surrounded by thugs and tough people, but it doesn't take them long to basically jump on you. And as they do, let's see.
Um,
Are you going to...
How many of them are grappling me or trying to grapple me?
That was going to be my question for you. Did you want to initiate this into full-on resistance, or was it just a trying to break free to not be burned?
Let's have a... I feel like he's going to have a little fight.
Okay.
Because...
So the way combat works...
he has a chance.
So the way combat works in Vampire is we're going to need to roll initiative. And... Arc, it is just a D10 to determine it?
It
I didn't,
Well,
I
there's
didn't
two kinds
expect
of
I didn't expect combat, so I didn't read up on it beyond what I know
So-
in the basics.
there are two kinds of combat. There is advanced where you roll initiative,
We're doing the quick 3 round.
so you don't really need initiative.
Okay.
You would probably let Raksha go first,
I
and
will,
then the
yeah.
other people will go,
Yeah.
and whatever feels right in the moment. It's more loose.
Okay. So basically, the way that their quick form combat works, Oren, is it's 3 rounds and then combat is done. Basically, it is like the best of 3 or whatever happens in those 3 rounds that makes sense to determine how it goes. But after the 3rd round, you largely just consider combat over, and a conclusion is drawn based on what happened in those quick 3 rounds. So, I will let you go first, because you are the player, and therefore more important than any NPCs ever could be. So, first thing you need to do is declare what you intend to do, and then we will roll and see where that goes from there. We will determine what role fits that plan.
Question. Is the room really completely shut off? Like, there's really no way out?
The only way out would be through that service elevator. You are down in a... It is basically a concrete room. Like, anytime you've seen like a James Bond movie or a spy film where the bad guys take the protagonist into a cellar room to be tortured, it's like it's the one way out. There's like, you know, the single light, and there's probably like a small drain to rinse away blood and stuff like that, but there's really only the one way out. And it has 2 people posted on it. There is a spot where the well-dressed Ventru gentleman who was torturing you stands, and there's probably 2 or 3 humans. You didn't really inquire if they were just regular mortal kind or if they're ghouls, but if they're working in the ivory tower, it is probably safe to assume that they are at least one degree or another either retainers or ghouls, but it's hard to tell.
I have this stupid idea in my head.
This is the time for stupid ideas.
Is this the time for stupid ideas?
This is the time for stupid ideas.
I'm thinking about him John Wicking himself out of the place.
Oh my goodness. Let's do it.
Okay, so first thing first, I'm gonna need to get rid of those ghouls, because I assume they're not really that much in control over like the elevator, like them calling the elevator. They don't know how the elevator works, right? Well, as far as action, I would say don't, but
maybe.
yeah.
We'll see.
But yeah, he's gonna go for... You know what? The Ventru first. Let's go with the Ventru first. Let's see if I can choke him first. Choke him to death, break his neck. So that'll be... brawl then? Brawl?
Strength
melee?
brawl.
Alright.
Yes, because you don't have a weapon, so melee is only if you're holding something. Alright, you are on fire tonight.
Yep, literally.
Well,
Almost.
not on fire tonight. Oh man, if you had made those 9s into 10s as well. But you do have a 1 in the bestial as well. Fantastic. So, you go to brawl them, which means I need to counter roll, and give me 1 second. I will make them a quick sheet here, 'Cause gotta love not being prepared. Boo-doo-boo-boo-boo. Gotta have Ventru ready. Gotta have Ventru ready. That's not the one I wanted.
Session 4, Raksha dies.
Session 4. Hey, I mean, hey, here's the thing. Raksha can die in this. You all can die. It is just a matter of what you do to perpetrate your death. Also, I like that I made the joke that no one died last week, no one important anyways, in the Twitter post, and now we start off with Raksha going to die.
Hey, if he dies,
This is what
You
happens
know,
when you leave a Bruja alone.
This is what
Yeah,
happens.
you
This is what
never-
happens. This is what happens when you leave a Bruja alone. Also, you're getting the chance to punch a Ventru in the face. So, like, I imagine your Bruja blood is really pumping.
oh yeah, he's
This is
really,
for Carthage.
Yeah, this
he's
is
going for
Carthage.
it.
So, I guess I should give you a description. Let's see here. I want a male-generated one. They keep giving me female Ventru. There we go. He's a middle-aged man. He looks to be about mid-30s. Bald head, blue eyes, skin texture of cinnamon hues. Your dress preference is haute couture. What is haute couture? I've heard that before. Oh my goodness, look at how extravagant that is.
Oh my god,
Krista
we're gonna
would-
kill some pretty.
Krista would love that. He is dressed in extravagant and poofy runway fashion clothes. Oh my god.
Well,
He looks
well,
like
Just say that.
he looks like Ruby Rod from Fifth Element. That's how he's dressed.
Russia says fuck fashion, I guess.
Hmm. Yeah. He is very much it's not leopard print, but it is just a like white and gold suit that looks like this. Oh, I'm so happy with having that roll up. Yeah, it's that kind of fashion. He probably has the cane too, but it's white and gold instead of leopard print. All right, so they only have 4 dice, so I will roll 4d10 to counter. They will not be able to beat you unless they roll a critical. And you also have a bestial failure, so this will get messy. All right. They are not prepared. They try and bring up this cane to protect themselves, but you just bring a full-on fist and you strike them square in the jaw. You feel a satisfying crunch as the strength behind your fist punches, but it is a bestial failure. You give in to the primal nature of it, and you pounce on him. You start just pummeling, and you probably lose focus on what you were doing. The Bruja sense of retribution against Ventru starts to overtake as you spend more time than you need to pummel this man into the ground, which does leave you vulnerable. And
Just use his cane against him. Just
Yeah,
beat
yeah.
him up with his
Actually,
cane at
that's-
one point.
that is something that you can do next round. You probably do snatch the cane out of his hand, but it will be their turn, and I'm gonna have the humans come in. Okay, that's a couple of them are gonna come in and make some swings at you, and for defending himself, what does he need to do? Would just be like dodging, right?
Yeah.
Arc.
It depends. Okay, so normally you can go all in on attack and not worry about defense, and you'll get extra bonuses to your dice. So yes, he would get a chance to defend because he didn't do that.
Yeah. I am saying that his guard is lowered because of the bestial failure, though.
You would have the messy critical.
Or the messy critical, excuse me, not bestial failure.
Bestial failures only apply if
he failed.
roll.
Yeah, but it's the messy. So
Same with the crit.
Yep, his guard is incredibly lowered because it's messy. But what would he be rolling to defend? Just so I give him the right information.
That is generally up to you, but usually I go for dexterity athletics.
Okay. So these, I'm going to roll them all together, so I'm going to up the dice pool. But they are coming at you all at once, and it's going to be 2 or 3 coming at you with clubs. And they're just going to try and physically overpower you as you wail on this Ventru.
Alright, so athletics and dexterity then.
With a -2 because your focus is on beating the piss out of this Ventru.
-2. Okay.
But they only have 1, 2, 3. They have 3 successes. So the way that this ends up happening is they start putting the clubs to you, and you are just shrugging it off. The rage you feel as a Baruha is kind of shunting the pain, and they're only hitting you with sticks too, so it's not really dealing any lasting pain to you. But it brings us back to your turn. You might be aware of the mosquitoes buzzing around you, but this Ventru
Is the Ventru dead?
No.
Or knocked out?
No, Ventru. You're a kindred. It takes more than punching to kill one of your kind. You do, however, have their cane in hand. Would you like to take a moment to look at the cane? Maybe see if it's made of any certain material that might be helpful for you to.
Sure.
All right. Give me.
Pause to examine this cane.
Yeah. Press scan. Give me a quick wits awareness. I'll give you that. Actually, fuck it. We don't need to make it that complicated. This is a really nice cane. It is made of a polished wood, and it has a silver top that has the Ventru sword worked into a handle. That kind of like scepter sword piece put on the top mantle part of it. But you get the sense you could probably put the wood side of this cane to good use if you got creative enough.
Is the cane sharp enough alone, or
No.
can I break?
You would need to break it.
Yes, I'm breaking it.
All right. Give me a strength athletics to break it, but that would be your action. But you have one more turn afterwards to.
Ooh. Wait, hold on. I'm reconsidering something. It wouldn't be enough to for me to step. No. Yeah, I'm just gonna break it. What was the roll again?
Strength athletics.
Strength athletics. Okay. Oh, that's stamina.
All right. And sure enough, you consider snapping it over your knee for a moment, but instead a better idea comes to you. You grab up the side you want to keep in hand, and you just crack it over the Ventru's skull instead. You shatter it down the middle, and you make a nice jagged edge. The mortals will attempt to grapple you and pull you off.
Alright.
And you can oppose, but they have 3. Couple ones.
Athletics and dexterity.
Yeah.
My God.
The first season when ghouls were good.
Yeah, I do. that was mostly because of other reasons, though. Yeah, I think the way that this looks, because this is mass combat against a bunch of mortals, and then one very caught off guard kindred. You don't just resist them trying to grapple you, but there are punches and claws and jabs of the cane thrown into it as well, and it's enough to knock them back and disorient them because, as you put it, you wanted to John Wick the situation, and I'm very willing to give that to you, given how well I'm rolling versus how great you're rolling. But the third round comes up, and you have this Ventrue at your mercy now. If you wanted to deliver the final blow, I would need a strength melee from you to drive the stake, the makeshift stake, into their heart.
Oh, I'm not just gonna do that. Oh no, let's see. There's the match is still there, of course, right?
The what?
And I still got some the match.
The bonfire is still there.
Oh yes, of course, and maybe some gasoline too, right?
Yes.
Some of the gasoline. Okay, I'm gonna dip the cane, the part that I will use to stake him. Dip it a bit with gasoline, make use of the bonfire, and I'm gonna stake him with it.
You're gonna stick him with a fiery stake. So here's the thing: it is still dealing with fire, so I will need a witch resolve from you to push past that. Or sorry, not witch resolve. It's a composure roll. I'm gonna need a composure.
Resolve composure?
Can you combine resolve and composure?
I believe so.
You can. Give me a resolve composure roll, please.
Alright, resolve composure.
To steel yourself against the fire that you are subjecting.
Alright, come on. Push my luck as far as it can.
Alright. It is enough. It is enough. You're not so much willing, but it takes you a moment to kind of psych yourself up for it. And then you light it up, and now please give me strength melee. And we'll end this scene of combat with Raksha attempting to make his escape. All right, and he is going to try and defend himself because he is on the ground. Dex.
Man, if he even dies at this point, it'll still be great. He goes out with a blaze. You kill a Ventrue, please.
You did kill a Ventrue. Alright.
If he kills him.
So you had 5. He is not able to resist this. So you are holding the not on fire end, the silver tipped handle, and you plunge this burning stake into their heart, and the Ventrue's eyes go wide as you first put them into torpor, and then the realization that their suit is catching fire and their body is catching fire because you have implemented this burning implement into them, and they are not dead yet, but they are catching fire. And
Thrash is just like just jumps back and be like, "What's wrong? Have nothing to say anymore?"
And they're writhing on the ground, slowly starting to burn and catch. But the torpor is keeping them from doing much more than squirming in place, and it's very clear that they are going to be dead in a moment.
Well, let's see about these ghouls then.
The ghouls are very much like the scene after a combat scenario in an action movie. They're laying on the ground, groaning, rolling. But the elevator is open to you. You can attempt to call the elevator and get out of here.
Yeah, sure. I'll call the elevator, but I'm gonna gonna grab one of the ghoul by the back of the head just to carry them around because I'm pretty sure they know this place. So
That's
I'm gonna
smart.
need to slap them awake. I'm gonna slap one of them awake. I'm gonna let them. I'm gonna have like one of the like broken wooden chair that I broke up their throat. Be like, and once they wake up, they're like, so if you say anything, you do anything stupid, I wouldn't hesitate to drive this up your throat and let you bleed and let you scream, or at least try to scream before you slowly perish by the wooden.
All they managed to get out. All they managed to get out is, "What are you doing? You know where you are, right?"
I know what I am. How about you? You know your place here?
I know that they're not gonna let you leave alive.
I would like to see that. I'd like to see them try it, please. And you're going to help me. You're gonna die either way. But here's the thing: if you help me,
You're gonna die either way.
I mean, realist.
If you help me, I reconsider my option of killing you, and I can make sure you'll escape this place alive.
So I rolled up some descriptors for this ghoul that you grabbed. They are muscular, white, and attractive. Oh, I love these appearance descriptors. So it's a
Guess that's the reason why he picked that one.
yeah. It is a an attractive.
But it's not Buddy.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, it's not bloody, but beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah. Green-eyed, blonde. The blonde hair is short and tied back in a professional style. It's short enough that it normally shouldn't be grabbed, but you got a good fistful of the hair and had dragged her to the feet before bringing the broken leg implement. And they're just like, fine. What do you want?
All right. Tell me how I can escape this place without getting detected, or at least sneak myself out of here.
The only way out of here is the elevator.
That's it? That's all? The elevator?
On this floor, if you take the elevator, I can get you into the garage. All of the closed off areas that aren't connected to the hotel require a key card. I have the key card.
And how should I know you wouldn't betray me? And the first thing I see after that elevator open will be a lot of kindred waiting for me.
You don't. We're going into an elevator.
All right.
it's like
Well,
the only thing I can tell you is I'm gonna be in the elevator with you. What am I going to do?
no, you're right. If anything happens, you can always be my shield. That's true.
That is true.
And then he's gonna get into the elevator, and well, have the guy put the number in where the level of floor where they can exit through the building.
They say left pocket coat.
Left pocket.
They're not going to reach into their pocket while you're holding them hostage.
Oh yeah, yeah, okay. So he's going to take it, hold it up, put it on the elevator thing, and well, turns to the guy. What next?
G1 garage.
G1 garage. Whoop.
And
So as
the elevator,
they wait.
Yeah, the elevator starts to go up, and one thing you remember when you were first brought down here was the the hotel itself was pretty large. It was about 20 floors up to the top, and when you had gone down, you went down the slow elevator crawl of those 20 floors, three garage levels, and then it continued down several more floors that weren't listed, and it probably would have been another 4 or 5. So you're going to be on this elevator for at least a minute, and as the light starts to move at the top of the elevator where it shows the marking on the floors, it starts at G3, and once it hits G3 and starts to move to G2, the speakers stop playing the soft contemporary jazz and instead are now sounding an alarm.
Oh Jesus! Of course. And then he just sort of pulls and be like, "Well, I guess you're not going in. You're not joining the party," and then he just breaks his neck.
All right, give me strength athletics, please, to snap their neck.
Oh, you know what? No, I'm not gonna snap his neck. You know what? A quick death wouldn't be enough for
You
this
know what?
guy.
You know what?
Especially-
You know what you could do.
What?
Not to tell you how to play your character, but you are famished. You don't need to snap their
true.
neck.
It's true. I can make him my dinner tonight. I like that. I like that idea. I like that idea. Okay, I guess he's gonna suck him dry. He's
Yeah.
gonna suck him dry. And before that, so Russia realized that the alarms just turned on, and it's like, see, this is why I have to hold you like this. Guess you're my dinner tonight.
And they're like, wait, no, and then you bite down onto their neck, and
Numb.
yeah, and she twitches and squirms as the ecstasy of the vampiric kiss turns to the pain as you push 1 dot, 2 dots, 3 dots, 4 dots, no dots. You can remove all of your hunger dots, and please take a stain for killing a mortal.
Take what now?
You are going to take a stain on your humanity because you killed a mortal,
Yeah.
but you have no hunger dots. So it's
So,
kind of a trade-off for murder. You're not hungry anymore.
So there'll be a lower down humanity now.
Not just yet. You'll need to make a remorse roll like Josie had to at the end of last session to see how you cope with killing or doing something that puts a stain on your humanity.
And
All right.
one thing that I was always confused about, so for humanity, you don't slash off the red dots.
You do the dots.
You go to
with
the
empty
next
dots.
one.
Yeah. Always do the empty dots so that it doesn't actually hinder where your humanity roll is. Because it's never very clear about that.
I think I don't know how many times I had to do it for Finn, but most of the times I had to do it for Finn, I think I accidentally slashed it the wrong way. But it's okay.
Also, I found the best quarantine mask. Trying to pull up the image for the next character that I need to show that I didn't want to introduce yet, but I guess I'm gonna have to. So the alarms are going off, and you spend this time feeding. You have the key card, and it is still continuing its climb to G1. Did you want to deviate from going to that floor at all? Maybe stop the elevator or try and do something else before you get to your destination?
I'd like to see if there's like a hatch open, like a hatch above the.
There
ceiling
is an
that I
emergency
can-
escape hatch, yes.
Yeah, but I'd like to see if I can go through that and then put that thing in again, and then
Cherry Berry made sure of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's my
make
joke
sure
for
make. That was a nice one.
Shit. Is there anything we can do for the heat?
Huh? Go ahead and turn it on because it is getting really warm.
But yeah, I'm gonna go through the escape hatch before the G1
Okay. So give me. This is going to be the Raksha episode, everybody.
I'm sorry.
No, this is awesome. I'm loving it. Forgive the sound. We have gone back to turning on the AC because, oh god, it got really hot in here. Is it cranked all the way down too? Okay. I'm gonna make sure we cool off here at least briefly. I will need from you a roll. The roll that I need is gonna be. Give me a dexterity athletics, because this is more of a jump than a climb. How nimble you are to get up there. Also, I totally forget how tall Raksha is, but I imagine he's tall.
Oh,
by
yeah.
his picture.
Dexterity, athletic dexterity. Okay. Man, I can't talk today.
That's all right. All right.
There you go.
Yeah. You jump it. It's easy. You jump to where you need to be. You are able to push the hatch open and climb, because it's all upper arm strength, so there's a little bit of athleticism to it, but you pull yourself up. The elevator is still slowly making that climb, and you can see up ahead where it goes, where it's going, and before it'll stop on the floor. It passes the door for G2, and then it's making its way up to G1. Is there anything you want to do before it hits that floor?
See, I'm thinking about that. He still has the corpse at least, because if you suck someone dry, you still leave a corpse because they're a human.
Yes.
And he's going to break one of the limbs and then make it into his weapon, his shift, bone shift.
Didn't you have do you have the thing you were holding them hostage with, though? Are you taking them?
Oh yeah.
I mean, if you wanna just beat people to death with an arm, if you wanna Beowulf it, that's fine. I will not keep you from Beowulfing people. I encourage it. Beat people with their arms.
I like to imagine him dual wielding it. So yes, dual wielding two things.
I'll allow it. Okay.
It's a weapon in the video game.
What?
It is a weapon in the video game.
Exactly. It's a weapon in the video game, so therefore it's canon here. So it doesn't take long. Actually, it is probably going to take long. I will need now. I need a strength athletics to pull this arm completely off.
All right.
All right, it's not a critical, but it's good. It's you're strong enough to do something like this. The strength of a kindred is well beyond a human's, and even humans can pop arms from their sockets and probably eventually pry a limb loose with enough creativity and leverage. But it does, unfortunately, take you the entire time, and there is the distressing ding of hitting the floor of G1, and it's slowly starting to open as you pry this arm with a wet slurp from the socket, or where the forearm beats the elbow. You pull it off, so you've got this meaty haunch from about here down that you can use alongside the broken chair implement as well. When it opens up, you are greeted to the parking garage. There are several luxury cars that are parked and a walkway that leads down, but this walkway is down a secluded hallway, and when you take your first peek out, you see that there are 4 individuals that are posted there, almost waiting for you. There's a woman with dark hair dressed in a nice suit, a taller, bearded man, his hair shaved on the sides and parted slightly to the left, also dressed in a suit, but it's slightly more disheveled, and his hands are wrapped in bandages. There's a third man dressed in white, dark skin, tattoos on the backs of his hands. He's dressed in a white suit, white beard, white dreads, dark skin complexion, lazily smoking a cigarette, And then there's an androgynous-looking blonde, dressed in a suit, also smoking. The four of them are watching and waiting for the elevator to open. And then another individual steps out, a woman, not in a suit, but in a striped dress, red tie, a pair of gun holsters on the sides. Her hair is white, face freckled. She takes a long drag of a cigar and pulls out a gun while standing behind the others and says, and Ark, you're going to forgive me because you have voiced them for so long, but it's never been the voice that I pictured in my head because they are old and they are timey, and I always envisioned them to sound like Harley Quinn. So they say, you're going to need to put your gun down or else I'm going to end you. Or you put your weapons down.
They know I'm still. They know I'm
They
somewhere
are speaking.
in the...
They are speaking into the elevator. You have not stepped out. Put your weapons down. Come out quietly, or I'll put
Oh, I
you
didn't
down.
I didn't manage to go through the hatch, didn't
No,
I?
you spent the time pulling the arm off.
Shit.
Mhm.
Well. All right. Let me think about this.
On orders of the Marechal of Vancouver, and our prince, come out or die.
Alright, he's going to take one step forward. He's going to step out slowly out of the place, and then he's gonna take a look around. It's a garage, but can he see spot or at least spot the exit?
No. It will be around the corner. Also, the connection is really shoddy. I'm gonna change our server real quick, so everybody hang on just a moment. I will see if this alleviates the bad signal.
My signal is fine here. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's just showing a shoddy chat signal for us. Bloop.
Hey, much better.
Yeah, it looks like it's better. Everybody still here?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to just take a moment. I'm going to plop over the images for you, Raksha, since Oren is largely the person getting familiarized with all of these people who are cameoing from Season 1, because while the Marechal isn't here, they did leave quite a few people behind to take care of things. And you just had a really bad night that you ran into.
And the night's gone from bad to great.
Yeah.
I killed a fine troop. That's so something.
Sorry, I got excited when I got to her.
Yeah.
See, the other people I don't really recognize too well.
You don't remember the Ghoul Friends?
Oh, I remember the Ghoul Friends. Okay.
What?
I never paid too much attention to how they looked. Which one was the guy that Finn bit? Or tried to
It was
drug?
the second one down.
Yeah, you bet Kilgore.
I had to I had to give him extra lollipops for being a good patient.
Yeah. I tried to drug him.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
now I'm good.
the description given is in the same order. Dark-haired woman, man with bandages. Oh, actually, that's not true. The white suit was before the androgynous individual, and then lastly was Natalia. But she says, on order of the Marechal, you're getting one last chance to step out before I end you.
And what are you gonna do to me once you got me?
Well, hadn't really thought about that. But
Really?
it's a crime to kill a kindred. I gotta take you before the prince. Unless you give me a reason to have to really hurt you.
Hurt me? Really? What can you do to me?
Come on and find out.
I don't know. How about you come into the elevator and continue where that fence troop picked off? I mean, he was offering quite a nice toasting ceremony, so could pick up from there. I could, of course,
She
make my own choice.
She frowns.
It's really up to you.
She frowns at that and says, "Kilgore, flush him out." And the large side-shaped head man nods and he says, "All right." And he grabs a bottle that has a rag in it and he lights it. And he takes a couple steps, gets a nice running charge, and he chucks this bottle into the elevator shaft. Or not the elevator shaft, but the elevator room where you are. And I will roll. Ah, man, we always get so close to crits. He does not hit you. He hits the back wall where you could have been. It basically goes right by your head and hits the back wall. There is a little bit of a splash.
I wonder if I can catch it.
Would you like to try to catch it?
The backside is that if I didn't be able to catch it, I'm gonna be the one getting burned.
If you don't catch it, I will adjust where this Molotov goes off. Because you are going to be physically putting your hand out to try and intercept it instead. So I will give you the chance to decide if you want to try and catch it or not.
See, this is the question of like, should I push my luck further?
Push your luck. Push your luck.
What's the harm of it? Let's do it.
The harm is fire.
Dex athletics to try and catch this Molotov that's thrown at you. Or thrown your way. Alright. You hold your hand out to try and catch this Molotov, thinking that it's going to be okay. And
I wonder if I can willpower.
oh, sorry. Yes, absolutely. Do you have any willpower left?
I do. I do.
Okay, please. Yes, you are entitled to willpower.
Oh my god. Okay. Oof. Okay, give me a moment to like adjust this. Okay.
Keep in mind that you can only reroll 3.
I think I only rerolled twice, right? Or maybe like...
But you had the carryover from last week too.
Oh, you're right.
So you've got to make sure that you didn't burn all of your willpower, which I don't think you did. So... Where did your hunger go up?
You said it went over the week.
No, he just drained somebody.
Oh yeah. Oh.
You have no hunger.
Yeah.
Should be at 0.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering where it came from. I was like, did something happen between then and now? So
Probably.
that would put it at 5, so it's going to tie.
Which one's which?
He was supposed to be re-rolling.
Is the second one a reroll?
You roll 3 dice
sorry. Disregard this. Just roll 3d10 because you were re-rolling from your pool that was already there. So it's not going to change the original results. All right. So that brings it to 4.
You can continue to
You can
spend willpower.
You can continue to spend willpower to re-roll again.
So I'll just do that.
Okay. So this is what happens then. You hold that hand out to try and catch it, and the... Gotta remember to take your health. The Molotov shatters in your hand as you almost catch it. And it's one of those things where you have it like right in your palm, like trying to catch a dodgeball, and basically it impacts enough, and the brief flash of the fire as the alcoholic content, the alcohol and gasoline content mix together and spark it up, the beast freaks, and you don't manage to keep a grip on it. And so instead of hitting the back wall to try and smoke you out, it bounces,
hit me.
it bounces off your hand and collapses at your feet instead. And so you immediately go up in
Set on
flame.
fire.
Yep. And so
That's
Is-
me.
is
That's
there-
how I died.
Is there a Molotov on here?
There should be.
My stupidity.
I want to just see how much damage you take. You're going to take a lot of aggravated damage, and you did not have any health to begin with. But you know what? I don't need to roll it. They had beat you within 1 of your life. This fire goes up, and when you go up in flames, the 4 look at each other, and then Kilgore, and he's like, "What?" He reached for it, and the alarms change to the sounds of the fire alarm going off, and while you burn and collapse and you are considered out, the sprinklers activate, and they manage to get you and get to you before you burn up too badly. You are charred, your clothes are burnt up, but they drag you out of the elevator, and the woman walks up and she says, "That wasn't very smart. You know, we heard a lot of promising things about you guys. Nothing like fighting Camerilla. Disappointed. Let's get her up to Sienna. Get him up to Sienna." And they have to take the stairs now that you've put the elevator out of commission. But it is a slow climb for them to drag your body up the several flights of stairs. When they get there, they're tired, they're panting, except for the white-haired woman, who is the peak of vigor, and she's probably worn her cigar down to a nub. But eventually some more guards catch up, and they help get you dragged into the room where
I really don't have any power left.
you are technically in torpor / dead, because you had 1 health and you were set on fire. So you're dead.
So-
This is largely cinematic.
Basically, you are aware until your hunger reaches 5.
Yeah.
Then you go into true torpor.
Yep. And so
So
you
you're
are
aware of your head going thump, thump.
Yeah, you're being dragged. They're dragging your feet, and they've got you by the arms, and they're slowly pulling you up, and they drag you back to the penthouse where Sienna is seated on the couch by herself. She had largely changed out of the luxurious black dress that she had been in, because this is nights later, and now it's more of a white dress with several sequin jewels that shimmer in it like starlight, based off of the reflection of the night sky that reflects from one of the penthouse windows. And the alarm is still going, and she's got one of these moments where it's just like listening to the ringing, and the sheriff is standing close by, and when they drag her in, she says, "Natalia, even when the Marischal is not here to do the important work and keep me safe, I am pleased that her ghoul and retainers are able to help keep this city safe." And she looks to Raksha, and her smile fades, and she gets up and walks over to the now torpored Bruja, and she looks over her shoulder to Alexa and says, "You know, your kind were always such a thorn in my side. It was a grace that I let you live, Alexa, but I can't say the same of your clansman. He has broken several of the rules of good kindred society, killing another kindred. You're no better than a human." And she spits in your face, Raksha. "I was going to send you back to your friends so that you would have a chance to learn. But it seems I will have to send a more direct message." And she holds out her hand, and Alexa moves to produce the same sword that was used to behead young Sullivan. And she...
Can Raksha have like one last word, or is it really just
I
pass
will.
out?
I will let you get one final thing out.
Actually, if you spend a willpower, you can do one minor thing.
Yes, and he does it. They do have enough willpower for that. I will allow.
He's gonna die anyway, and I have a plan.
You are dead, so you have one last moment to be defiant. Also, you are aware of the revelation that she said that Alexa is also a Bruja.
Yeah. Well, she's gonna look up to the. She's gonna spit back at the prince. Look at Alexa and be like, "You're ashamed to our kind, but that's okay, because once I fall down, the worst person's gonna come, and he's gonna have your head, both your heads. I'm just a harbinger of the worst. I'm just a harbinger. Mark my words. You just put me out of my misery now." It just laughs.
And as you say, you put me out of my misery now, and you start to laugh. The words are cut off as literally your neck is severed from your shoulders, and the air is taken, and Raksha's body falls limp, but the head stays in Sienna's hand, and she holds it up and says, "A harbinger. Interesting. Alexa, I think we need to keep an eye on this one's coterie." And she hands the head over as it starts to deteriorate. "Send them a message." And Alexa says, "Of course." And the camera will cut away from that. It's been about a week now for everybody else. Oh, I almost said Raksha. Oren, let me give you another character sheet.
Yeah, it's alright. I'll be honest, I was ready for him to die. Like, the moment he was captured, I was ready for him to die.
Oh, he was gonna get let go. Hey, we're gonna just put you in your place.
Well, he went out pretty
He
badassly.
did go out like a badass.
Yeah.
It was.
All right.
Very.
And
Goodbye,
let me
artwork.
tell you, the next
No,
person
we
I'm gonna
can
be
we can
playing
have we
as,
can have a memorial picture for him. It's
the next person I'm gonna play as, is gonna be more.
all right.
It's not gonna be the more calm person. Just
You-
letting you guys know.
You have a new sheet.
It's gonna be much more fun.
So a week has passed. Josie, I don't know where I'm burping from. I haven't eaten anything in a while.
Okay.
Josie, Aldrich. I
Yeah.
almost said Raksha again. Josie, Aldrich.
You miss him already.
I miss him already. He was so fun to have around. Josie, Aldrich, Sybil, you have spent a week going about your various tasks, recovering from the ordeals. There is time for you all to have a conversation if you want about what happened that night, or if certain people want to give other certain people a cold shoulder as a form of like disapproving punishment, that is fine too. But just a recap, Josie, you were dropped off outside of your apartment, otherwise unharmed. Aldrich and Sybil, you were able to leave of your own accord and were not followed or molested in any way by the Camerilla once they...
That we know of.
Huh?
That we know of.
Well, I mean, even as this week has gone by, nothing has happened to you all. Nothing bad happened in this time frame of you guys waiting for... See, I almost called him Aldrich now. I have the two of you backwards. I don't know why. In the time that it has taken you to expect Aldrich to be returned, nothing has happened.
I'm going to continue to paint the room I started on, and I don't know what it's going to be, but by the time it's done, I'm sure it'll be something. So I just continue to blindly paint. If Josie ever makes her presence known, I might say something to her, but...
Does Josie show up? Does she keep her tail between her legs, or does she ominously play with fire in the camera?
Probably. She probably just sits there with a match, just, should I? Yes, no.
I'm terrified of this, but it's fine.
To be honest, for the first few days, I think Josie just stays at her apartment, and then at night, just goes and does some very simple vandalism to get out her anger.
Okay.
So, like, occasionally, like go, like, a few blocks down the street to, like, a used car place or something and just bash in all the fucking windows of all the cars.
That was going to be my question. Do you go anywhere north, or do you stick to the general vicinity?
Now, especially, despite what people think in general, this might be a little surprising, but Josie actually learned from the mistake last time.
That's fair.
And stays where she is and does not use her powers or anything. I mean, I guess, like, the most using her powers would just be her strength, because, like, that's not really something that you activate.
So, while that's happening then, because you are still committing crimes in a city that has mortal people in it, just give me a stealth dexterity roll, please, just to see how well you perpetrate this without being noticed.
In terms of, like, appearance-wise, she would definitely change the way she looks. Obviously. Just so that it's not like, oh, that's Josie again!
Fucking Josie again! Yeah.
I don't have any...
Also, she went to the prince looking like a Hot Topic threw up on her.
Literally!
Yeah, that's true.
I forgot that she was wearing the goth outfit.
Yay! Sort of.
Also, I'm so glad for the meme spam that I have to catch up on.
Oh, do you want to know what's funny?
Mm-hmm.
The one I sent that was like chicken. I was like, that was when you had said that you put the fire out and everything, and I was just like, chicken, kill him. But no, I like Raksha. I wasn't saying I didn't like him when I did that, but I was just like, you won't do it. You won't kill him.
It's alright.
There you go.
Alright.
Yeah, also, going back to reading, the Venture was very much dead. Like, he wasn't just, like, really badly in a state of torpor. He was left to burn, so he's...
If Raksha didn't kill him, the prince was going to.
That's fair, but they're saying that Raksha killed him, so that's why he was given final death. Not that he escaped or anything like that. It is the fact that you killed another kindred in the ivory tower, of all places.
He really will rest in peace because he's finally off from his curse, freed from his curse as a kindred.
Yeah, and
after ratting us out.
And not only that, but you got to kill a Ventru, so
he doesn't mean to rat you guys
he
out.
doesn't mean to, but he did.
But yeah, the assumption. Well, he's a himbo. Whatever. He's a himbo to the end.
Yeah. He's like, I have to be awesome and cool at the end, and then not realize that at the same time he is basically ratting everyone out. But
oh yeah,
hey.
it's fine. It's fine.
There you go. It's a crit, but like a bestial crit technically.
Oh boy, we're on fire this 2 weeks in a row. I love it, guys. Okay, actually, this isn't as bad as it could be. It just means that you're a little more aggressive with what you're trying to do.
Makes sense.
Where
this
you
is getting anger out.
Exactly. Where you wanted to just, do a little bit of vandalism, spray paint something, key some cars. Instead, the beast is like, nah, what if instead of keying the cars, we smash the windows, slash the tires, bananas in the tailpipes, real shit that's gonna fuck up the cars. The damage you do is largely... if it's not irreparable, it is going to cost these people lots of money, and it's not just petty vandalism. By the time you're done with it, you've actively defaced, like statues and businesses. You probably wrote the F word on a couple places, drew some dicks everywhere. Just real edgy vandalism shit that goes above and beyond what needs to be done. But that's it. You spend that time getting that mood out. But I will roll something in private, just because, for my own sake. Yeah. Okay. Check it out. Continue. What do the three of you do though for the rest of the week? Josie, we know what Josie does. We know what Sybil does. Aldrich.
Actually, she would make her way back though. It was like the first 3 days she would do that, and then afterwards she'd be like, okay.
And you come back to the coterie proper.
Yeah. Yep.
Aldrich, it's
For
been...
Aldrich, has any other kindred wanted to make use of him now that he is in the city?
Do you want to reach out to any kindred?
No, he is going to... Do I know of any Elysiums? Not hardy Elysiums, but like, this is a safe place for kindred to just be...
We established that the main Elysium is the Botanical Garden. It was just that was a party that night.
Yes, not a temporary Elysium.
Yeah, that's the permanent Elysium. That is where if you wanted to meet up, that is a place that you can arrange meetings on neutral ground. The rack is always a place you can go to make contact with people as well. But other than that, I don't really have anything else in mind, but we can certainly make places up.
Yes, I think Aldrich would probably make himself available at the rack. He's not reaching out, but if anyone wants to reach out to him.
All right. Give me a
He's also been
D100, please.
He's also been establishing new contacts, as we discussed last week.
Yes, and I do have those contacts available when you want to do shenanigans with them. But first we'll have a D100 to see if anybody reaches out to you. There is a message waiting for you. It actually arrives by carrier pigeon. You know that this is specifically Camerilla a message because it has the blood wax seal on it. But there is a note, and it basically, when you open it and read it, it starts with some gaudy poetry, and then it takes a moment for you to realize that there's a message within it, and it basically is meet at... I'm gonna make up a nightclub here.
Yes, while you do that, what was the symbol on the wax? Was it just the Camerilla?
There is no symbol, because that would be inviting a masquerade breach, sir. But
yep.
it is just a blood red seal wax, and there's a stamp on it. But it's just a pressing. There's no iconography on it. Oh, Lucifer. That's a great.
Sounds like a strip club.
Ooh. The club is called Illusion, and it's illusion with an L and a French accent. Illusion.
That's a geek shop.
Illusion. It is not a king shop. It is just a. It is actually. You know what? Roll me a D100. If it is a 69, no, I'm kidding. But let's see. Close. It is not a king shop. It is a oh god, there's a specific term for this that I'm thinking of. It's a... I'm trying to think of a really pretentious, edgy music rave type music. It's an EDM.
All at stake.
What's that?
All at stake.
No. Oh, no, nothing like that. I'm thinking of a genre. It's like factory EDM grunge. So basically, it caters to ravers mostly, but that kind of perks up your interest because ravers means drugs, and easily impressionable people. But L'Illusion caters to party scene, club goers of the raver kind, and it plays really fast-paced, fast-tempoed electronic music. We'll just put it at that. But the message is to go to Lujon and to meet with a kindred by the name of Mirabelle de Vichy. And it is a matter of the utmost importance.
Aldrich will go.
Do you go alone?
No.
Do you invite the others?
No.
Do you take David?
I take Daniel.
Do you take David?
Aldrich!
I know it's Daniel. I just wanted to say David. Do you take Daniel?
I will take Daniel.
Sybil is calling for you.
Sybil.
Will you pick up some paint?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Okay.
Is Aldrich still mad at the rest of his coterie?
Define mad.
You define mad.
He's not actively angry or, has a vengeance, but his perception of them has changed drastically.
Not bad, just disappointed.
Pretty much.
I literally was in the process of typing that. That's why I sent it like that.
He's not mad, he's just dissing.
Just dissa.
Just dissa.
Just dissa. Alright.
That was where I was when you sent it, so I was like...
Yep. Alright. So, you don't tell anybody where you're going, but you and Daniel get ready to head off, and as you exit the back room of the Velvet Getaway, the three Thin Bloods are busy working at the front of the bar. The Velvet Getaway, having opened properly and gotten these individuals trained up, has started to see a good bit of traffic, especially with your help. A number of your own followers, whether you intended for them to eventually make their way down here, or they just found their way down here out of an attraction towards what you offer them. There are those of your herd that also congregate here to drink and enjoy themselves. But it's largely just a regular night. There are no kindred mingled in besides the Thin Bloods, unless Josie wants to be walking in to force up a conversation.
To the bar? Sorry, I was half listening.
Yes, to the bar. I'm just trying to get you in the mood.
Yeah, no, you're good. Josie would probably, walk in, but not, say anything.
Okay.
As I'm passing by her as I head out, I just say, Josie, and continue walking.
Oof. It is that I'm still going to talk to you, but I'm so disappointed I won't say much to you.
Josie just rolls her eyes and goes downstairs to go probably work on some of the paintings for the bedrooms.
You find I am decorating the back room very generously with paints. Do I sense her aura?
Yes. You
You
always...
went downstairs, I think.
Oh, yeah, that could be true too. So with that, we keep everybody split relatively. Aldrich, the two of you get into the vehicle and head to Lujon, and we are at the halfway point, so we'll take a break.
All right.
We'll do La Lujon when we get back, and I love how different this one is from season 1, where everybody went everywhere together, and it's just like, you guys don't have to always be together, and now this one, it's like, we don't like being around each other.
Makes sense. I mean,
listen
have
to
you
me.
seen?
Yeah.
Have you seen?
I can't see where I'm going.
Yep, you just leave the blind person unattended. Yeah, bar is Aldrich's now, I guess. Well, I mean, unless you find out that Douglas Velvet bought it up when no one was looking.
You probably did.
It's Nosferatu 2, Electric Boogaloo. Going to be changes around here. But, for real though, we're gonna go on break, so I'm gonna put this up, bloop. But, hey, Oren, what you making?
See, I have an idea. I have a little bit of idea. It's. I need to ask you if it's okay because I found this Kindred of the East companion, and I had some idea.
I don't know if is it 5th edition?
Not sure. The one that I got, I'm not sure if it's like the 5th edition. It just says it's a Kindred of the East companion.
Post it.
Yeah, post it for me.
You gotta step away.
Alright, I'm
It may
gonna-
not be. Actually, I think I found it. This is Old World of Darkness. Kindred of the East Companion. Oh no, that is an old edition.
So that's no.
Yeah, it's gonna be a no just because a lot of the older stuff doesn't super translate well. Like there's a lot of powers that got removed, changed, reworded to do different things. But let's see. What was your idea? And we can try and narrow that into something else. Because you want to be a Quijin, right? You wanted to be a Quijin? Or...
Yeah, I wanted to be a kindred from basically a kindred, an Asian kindred. They're from the east, and I was thinking about the reason why this kindred is called over is because they heard of the fall of like Raksha. Maybe words got out, and then the Raksha's sire, the Red Blaze, they got like this whole bond thing where when one of them fall, the other must avenge them. It's like like that. And this person is probably someone's close to Raksha before, like a long time ago, and they got a bit separated, and now he needs to spring to action to take his revenge for Raksha. But that's probably
But yeah,
this is fun.
The eastern vampires are called Quijin, and they are not affiliated with Cain or the 13 clans. So it would be very difficult to translate it over because there's just no supplemental translation to 5th edition.
Can't some of them like turn into giant slug people or something?
Probably. I know they showed up in Bloodlines briefly, but like they're a completely different thing. They're still vampires by every mean, but they like from even just browsing over this really quickly, they operate very differently.
Is that in 5th edition as well, or no?
No, they're not in 5th edition.
Okay.
Which is why...
Well, I thought you were saying, like, this is what they are, and they can't be in 5th edition. I'm like, wait, but do they have, like, East Asian people in 5th edition?
Yes, East Asian people
just...
do exist, and they just
Okay.
don't... They have not...
I mean, Raksha is one.
It hasn't been written in mechanically.
Yeah, they have not been written into the game.
Cool.
Alright, so what I'm looking at here is... White Wolf mentioned in an interview a while ago that they would like to see them and the vampires of Africa, and they spelled Africa with a K, in 5th edition, but they didn't want to make vampires from cultures they don't belong and therefore don't
Not understand, or not a part of.
Themselves. Oh, okay. No. Yeah, basically what White Wolf ended up saying is they would want to include Quijin and the African vampires, but they're very much a PC focused company right now, and with the way they wrote 5th edition, where you can't. They don't want to come off as racist by writing about cultures that aren't their own, or offending somebody for saying.
This is the perfect time for you to do something,
Oh yeah.
Warren.
Yeah,
I could try to write my own.
Actually, that's not a bad idea. I would feel very comfortable with that and looking it over and helping you with it if you wanted to do that. And
Oh yes, please. I need this.
you
Is
can
oh my
contact-
god.
You can contact them and be like, "Hey, I wrote up this whole thing that you might
Yeah.
want to include."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
Damn! I've been having writer's
is-
block, and this is my chance. This is my chance to get out of my writer's block. Yes.
What did I come back
this
to?
This is World of Darkness. It's a fictional.
Oren talked about wanting to make a Quijin, an Eastern vampire, and we were basically looking up if there was anything written for it for 5th edition, and Wife Wolf is largely of the opinion that they don't want to try to do that out of concern and respect to the cultures and not wanting to offend people by writing about cultures that aren't their own, and avoiding all of the hot buttons right now. But we basically said it's like, alright, if you want to make something, we can see about supplementing it in after some review. But between now and next week, if you give me something that falls within what those powers would be, where they could coincide with what's there now, and I'll do some extensive research too, because while I probably wouldn't be able to. Well, I go on vacation on the 20th, so I would have Monday and Tuesday to kind of look over and finalize with you anything. Well, I guess Sunday too. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, the 19th, 20th, and 21st.
I can try. Like I've tried homebrewing, like
if
D&D 5 erases and stuff like that. I've tried that, and making like a new history based on Southeast. Well, basically my country's history, because when I first make Raksha, I was thinking about using the East, the Kingdom of the East, because Braha has like this this similar rebellious thing, but then there's like no Braha equivalent in Kingdom of the East. So I just fall to the like a Braha, like, oh yeah, he's just a Braha from like Southeast Asia. But I really think that I've been having ideas of having his own clan, a separate clan of. Like,
I honestly I
Braha.
love this idea. I fully support you wanting to put your culture's spin on it. So I'm good with us figuring something out, and whether it takes a week or a while. If you aren't able to think of something by next week, then we can make you just like a temporary character to fit in, and then you can swap them out once we're set. But we can work towards it, because I imagine that who I think you're going to bring in probably won't show up by next week. So
Could be someone that the prince sends to watch the coterie.
yeah, we can make you somebody to sit in. Am I safe to assume that your one of your relationship map people is who's going to show up?
Oh yeah,
RB?
definitely.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna come up. Let me check my relationship map. Where was it?
Well, actually, you did say it out loud. Red Blaze, is that who you were gonna make?
Not really Red Blaze, but
Somebody related
it's
to
like,
them.
yeah, someone related to them. Basically, it's someone who is hired by Red Blaze too, and someone who also fights with Raksha in the past. They've been together for a while, but then Raksha goes on his own. He leaves California, and it's probably someone from California.
Okay, yeah, that would work too. But I mean, if you want to have a temporary character until we have that one situated, because the Quijin actually are in San Francisco. I think that was canon. I might also be thinking of Fallout, so forgive me, because that was a big thing too. Where were They showed up at the end of Bloodlines and took over a spot, didn't they?
The Quijin?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they all got massacred
Oh,
by you.
disregard that because they're probably not there anymore. I was going to
Couldn't
say
you join them?
What?
In
You
Bloodlines, couldn't you join them?
you can, but you die.
There's only like
Well,
one ending
well,
where you survive.
Well, you don't die. They can't kill you because you're too powerful, so they sink you in the ocean forever.
Oh.
I mean, that's basically dead.
They're
Until you get
they're
so powerful, you
yeah.
rise from the
They're
depths.
they're basically you're too powerful to let run loose. But yeah, they were pushovers in the video game. I'm sorry to say, but that might just be because I don't know. Celerity is overpowered. Everything was a pushover. So
Yeah. But
Celerity
the way they
does
write
love it.
the way they write the Quijin though, Oren, is it largely seems to be Chinese origin, but it is supposed to encompass like all of Asia, whereas the Kindred kind of fit that European, Mediterranean, Slavic area. So
The area around
Middle Eastern, North African, just that Mediterranean and into Europe area, because they're Cainite, whereas they said the Quijin are based on the August personage of Jade, which does sound very Chinese because usually August Celestials and Jade stuff are Chinese. Actually, the August Celestial of Jade is just God. Oh, interesting.
I don't know. I
It's
don't
like
know
the ministry is sent from Set.
Yeah, I should say that it's that I don't know what the canon is for Bloodlines because I don't know. My personal playthrough was as soon as I lost everything, I just took it out on everyone and went on my own.
But yeah, so there's that.
I had this idea of like relating it to a bit of a history. So I know the Christians are based on Chinese, the Chinese culture, but does it also have like the Japanese one? Because I have like this idea of like a clan.
They're supposed to be like what encompasses the Asian vampire. And, Asian is being used as the blanket term for that region, not necessarily one culture. But it seems to be that the way they wrote them, the original origins comes from China and then spread out.
Hold on, I got an. What was it? I need to. What was Aldrich again? Like I know he's like in a clan, but then he's also got like this.
He's the Setite or the Ministry. They did a rebranding.
It's still the same clan.
And
The
from my
ministry tries to provide vices to other kindred.
I did find.
I'm thinking about doing something similar to that. Like they're not exactly like the clan. Like how do I put it?
I found this for you, and it should help. When thinking of what to do with them, because there's a lot of information and a lot of differences between them.
Wait. I forget. Did the prince tell Josie that we'd get Raksha back in a week?
Yes, you were told. Okay. You were told that Raksha would be returned. Actually, if I remember correctly, Josie was given assurances that he would be brought back alive. But here's the thing. They technically
never truly lied.
Yeah, it's like the thing is they didn't lie. Like you guys can still be pissed off that he's killed, but the fact of the matter is they're gonna put out a notice that this person breached the Masquerade and were executed. They're not just going to leave his head and say, well, we brought him back, bye. You know, they're gonna tell you exactly why he died.
And you could also take it as a lie. You could also take it like
and that's what I mean. It's like you guys can still be very pissed that he is dead, because you don't know what happened, and you know that's kind of the nature of the narrative. Is only Raksha knows what happened, and only the Camerilla are the ones telling you what happened. And, you know, nothing short of, you know, having a blood hunt declared on your entire coterie for involvement. But they might just be like, well, he was the only one involved, so blood hunt's over. Actually, that's not a bad idea. I'm going to make a note of that. We will be considered back from the break.
Ow. Who would have known?
I am going to have... Sybil, unfortunately, I'm not going to have you make a roll because you're blind. You can't read. But Josie and Aldrich, now that we've brought this up, please give me... We are going to just say... I want, like, what's the rumor mill or information passing over time... Wits
recommendations are always available.
Wise.
I'm not the best at this.
That's okay. It's not going to be a hard roll.
Would you say that this is technically involves secrets?
No, but it will have to do with kindred society. So if you have anything that could help there,
Good brawl.
yeah, you could punch the secrets.
No, when I say I'm not good at this, I'm really not good at this.
That's okay. You can still roll.
There we go.
Okay. Josie, it never reaches your ears, but Aldrich, before you head off to the bar, because this is going to be pertinent now that we talked about it, and I feel it should be clarified before you leave. The week of Raksha being gone hasn't passed fully yet. It's probably he'll be back in a day or so, but it's been enough time for we said that it was like the 4th or 5th day when Raksha attempted their escape, but shortly after that had happened, word traveled quickly for kindred, as one does. An individual arrives at the Lights Out pub. You did not meet them at the Ivory Tower, but they introduced themselves as the Harpy. No, not the Harpy. Who's the person who heralds all the information? Am I thinking the Harpy?
The Harpy.
It is the Harpy. Okay.
That's the unofficial, like, bad name for the position.
Yeah. I don't know why I was thinking the Seneschal, but that's not right. It literally the person
Seneschal, and basically
Seneschal is in Winnipeg right now, with us.
Yep, out on tap in Winnipeg. But yes, the Harpy, the herald of the prince, a gentleman by the name of William Valentine. They enter the bar when all three of you are present. And they basically they order something to drink and they sit, and when there's enough time, they divulge to you, Aldrich, that a blood hunt has been called by the prince on Raksha Istar, or a blood hunt had been called on Raksha Istar, and they inform you that the blood hunt does not extend to the coterie, and that you all have nothing to fear, and that when Raksha's blood hunt is over, no retribution will be sent to you all as long as you are not found guilty of involvement in their crime. and then they basically pay their tab and wish you a good evening.
I'll wish him the same.
A lot of backtracking tonight. This whole episode is backtracking.
A lot happened.
Yeah, a lot happened. But yeah, so we rewind to Aldrich leaving the back room and preparing to make their way out to head to the Lusion. Does the conversation with Sybil or Josie change at all?
Where are you going?
Yes, I think I'll call Josie over to the back room.
The back room where Sybil is as well, yes?
Yes.
Okay. She's just painting.
You're muted, Kay, if you said something.
I said yes. I was like, yes.
Do you follow?
Yeah. Josie would say yes as she follows.
I'm not sure how to put this. Josie.
Huh?
I thought you were like raised your hand.
Oh, no, I was just saying. Well, I was gonna say also, what I had said to you, Ark. This is out of character. That at first I was feeling like they them and stuff for Josie, but I'm leaning more towards she her, so I think I'm just gonna switch it officially. Because when I was making Josie, I had something in mind, but then it just, as I've played her, given me different vibes, so I'm like, cool. But yeah, now we can continue. You don't know how to put it?
I spoke to the heartbeat earlier. There was a blood hunt called on Raksha, and it has been dealt with.
That means he's dead.
He's dead. Blood hunts don't end any other way.
Fuck.
That's very sad. It gets worse though.
It always gets worse.
Uh-huh. How so?
I just kind of like look in her direction. Obviously not focusing on Josie, cause blind, but I do glance in her general direction. You're gonna die too.
I am?
Might.
We're already dead.
Technically, yeah.
Don't worry about it. I have somewhere I need to be tonight.
Where?
I have a meeting.
A meeting we all should attend?
No, this is ministry business.
Oh, ministry. Eh. Fine, go do your business. We'll be here.
I start painting again.
You stay safe.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
We'll burn down the bar while we're at it.
Sorry, that's funnier than it should be.
You're gonna what now?
The ghost of Raksha.
After Aldrich walks out, there's a moment where Sybil just doesn't say anything and just keeps painting. But after a moment, she'll speak up. If you keep going after the prince, she's gonna cut your head off.
That's sort of the whole point of us being here, is going after the prince.
Poor fucking Josie.
Okay. I mean, if I die, I die.
Do you want to die?
No. Not really, but I mean, if I do, and it helps in some way, then cool, that's fine. But, like,
you still have to show me more of the ocean.
yeah, I will. Hey, Sybil.
Yeah?
Are you good at keeping secrets?
Sometimes.
Didn't
Cut
pick
out.
up.
Sometimes.
Remind them.
I
mean,
am
totally.
if I'm drinking their blood. Do you want me to keep the secrets?
I mean, I technically don't have to tell you, so if you can't keep a secret, then I won't.
If I'm not drinking anyone's blood, I can. Or if I'm not drinking anyone's blood, or I'm drinking your blood, then I can keep your secrets only.
Would you drink my blood?
Would you make me do something I don't want to?
Just keep a secret. I mean, okay, honestly, we don't have to go that far. My interest is just piqued when you said that, because it's probably gonna come out anyways. But I guess I just sort of need to get it off my chest. I feel like I'm taking all this pretty well, and I shouldn't be. Basically, you probably already know this. Raksha and I were basically caught doing our little race. Apparently, we broke the Masquerade. I thought we were doing pretty good. Guess we weren't.
I did not know that.
What?
Nobody told me.
Yeah. I thought we were. We didn't. And basically, as punishment, I had to kill someone.
Who'd you
That-
kill? Sorry, that's not in good.
What?
Um,
The room. Who'd you kill?
yeah, I had to kill someone, and after that, people might not after it comes out, people that like us now or are on our side now might not be on our side in a bit. Just thought I'd let you know so that someone knows. Yeah, that's really it.
Did you want to kill them?
No. But I had to in order. What was that noise, Roger?
Oh no,
he
this
went,
is still here.
he went "Mm." It's like a little yawn, but it was really loud.
Sharon's little still here.
Yeah. No, I didn't want to. I had to, because I couldn't fight them, because if I did, then obviously that would be an act of defiance, and they would see it as the prince was there.
She would cut off your head.
Yeah. And so I had to do the lesser of evils, whatever it is. The lesser of two evils, that's what it is. Choose the lesser of two evils. Either we kill one guy, or I kill one guy, not we. Because I definitely did that on my own. And we go on as usual, or I don't kill him and try and kill the prince, and then me die, and then
Did you
that wouldn't be a
protect
good
the
option.
ones that you meant to?
What do you mean?
You had to kill him. So, what happens if you didn't kill him?
Oh, we all. I don't know, to be honest. I would have been killed. I don't know what they would have taken from that. Probably something similar to what just happened to Raksha. So honestly, they might not have hurt you guys, but like it's a very high possibility. Cause if I had died and then Raksha had died, that's two people from the same coterie. That's probably something gonna signal that something's going on. I mean, I didn't know Raksha was gonna die at the time, but
So you
Yeah.
killed him so others are less likely to die.
basically, and so that we can continue with our mission. And I didn't like it, and I would never do it again. I mean, I plan on speeding this thing up real fast so that I don't have to do it again.
The prince's ring told me that she had a rat person.
You cut out.
The prince's ring told me she had a rat person tied to a cross, and she cut their head off. And then their head was you. It was your head. And it said, "Poor fucking Josie."
Is that so?
That's what the ring said.
Okay.
The ring thinks you're gonna die.
Josie, how are you taking all of this?
She's just sort of sitting there, just like.
This whole time
Well.
I'm still painting.
Just processing it. Well, I can tell you one thing.
You can tell me many things.
I don't know if this is the right term that we use. I don't know. I don't identify with the rat. So I can tell you that it's not me that the vision was talking about.
It didn't start as you.
Yeah,
It turned into you.
yeah. Okay, cool. Thank you. Good to, yeah. Lovely. I'm gonna go upstairs now, okay?
But if you're not the rat, then who's the rat?
Someone I know. Basically the reason I'm here. We're not gonna get too much into that, though. Yeah, let's just, I'm gonna go upstairs right now.
If you stay, if you go after her, she'll cut your head off too.
I wasn't planning on doing that right now. But like I said, ultimately the end goal of this whole operation is to go after her. But I know my boundaries, and I know it is not wise of us to attack right now, which is why I had to kill that dude.
Okay. How's my painting look?
Would you like to make a roll?
How does it look?
Would I like to make a roll?
Yes.
I would love to make a roll.
You know what your art roll is better than I do.
Craft dexterity?
Sure.
And +1 for specialty. Ugh.
It's okay.
Oh, and willpower that. This is
Okay.
important.
So you don't willpower it.
There you go.
There you go.
5
It's
successes.
really good.
I don't know what it
What
looks
is
like,
it?
but it's really good.
What is it supposed to be?
Mostly when I'm painting it, it's
Josie's head on the ground. No, I'm joking.
it probably does have like any visions I have incorporated into it. I probably think about the coterie. I probably think about the thin bloods, and I probably think about I probably think about things I want to see, like more of the ocean. So, because I'm just doing I've been doing this for a few days, so it's probably got it's probably got different things incorporated into it.
It looks nice.
That's good.
Yeah, it would have been a little weird if it didn't turn out nice. Considering this is the place we spend most of our time.
It's gonna be very important when it's done.
Well, you keep at it.
Okay, I keep at it.
And yeah,
Okay.
Josie goes upstairs.
Josie goes upstairs.
Yeah.
Would you like to resist the frenzy now?
Me?
Mm-hmm. From that
Sure.
revelation of information.
She comes back downstairs and kills me.
Sure. I think she would have gone to like the bedrooms though.
Okay.
Like she wasn't actually like I picture like I guess not really upstairs then, because is the back room's on the same level as the bar, right?
Yes.
So she would have been in the back room. She would have said downstairs instead of upstairs.
Okay.
But
Frenzy
Yeah.
roll, please. This will be a fury. This is going to be a fury frenzy because of that information and information that was not said.
it's however many willpower I have left, right? Well, would they have reset since
Yes.
we've been back for a few days?
Mhm.
Okay.
Also, everybody who's not Raksha and dead now, your hungers are at 1 because you would have had time to feed and all of that, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, yeah.
Okay. There we go. Let me double check that's right.
Yeah, you're fresh and rested and pretty well fed.
Humanity, what do I have for that? That is 6.
Oh yeah, I guess you don't have to do a stain roll for Raksha now. 'Cause he's dead.
Look at the positives.
Yep, gotta look at the positives.
Any modifiers to this or no?
No.
Okay. It's a crit.
But it wasn't a crit failure. Go back and rip Josie's head off. No, you largely can push that feeling
Don't head
down.
off.
Yeah, you maintain control unless you want to ride the feeling and just go with it. It's largely your choice. You can suppress it, or you can lash out.
When it comes to a lot of stuff, when it comes to her brother, she sort of has that like not like she doesn't really want to make it too known right now. Mostly because I did take a flaw about it. But yeah, she's not gonna go out there and be like, yes, my brother was killed by the prince. And I'm feeling angry about it. So she's definitely trying to control it so that if it does happen in the future, like when they were at the Ivory Tower, she is able to try and suppress it better, if that makes sense.
It does.
Because she knows it's gonna come up eventually, like it did now.
Yeah. All right. Well, then yeah. I guess we pan back to Aldrich with his plans to head out. Or are you deviating from your plan? I keep asking this question to see if anybody else is going with him, but every time people scatter, are you just going off on your own?
Yes.
Okay. You and Daniel get into the vehicle and you set off to Lujon. And it's probably about 11 or 12 o'clock when you get there now. It was a Friday when you guys got apprehended, and so I said it would be about 5 days later, so Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's going on a Wednesday evening, Wednesday night, evening, gosh. It's Wednesday night, so the club itself isn't very busy, but it still has that crowd of people who will always go out and ride that high, or the feeling of being in a club, the energy of being around other people. And it's winter time, but it's probably not the end of a school curriculum for breaks or anything yet. But there are those college students who are out and about. The club itself has a very warehouse decor to it. It is built into the side of a brick building. It has a lot of industrial interior, but there is a line that doesn't wrap quite around the corner, but it's pretty extensive, and there's a bouncer outside of the door, and even with the brick exterior and the large metal door, you can feel the rhythmic thrumming of this electronic music and the flashing of white on like a dark blue lights of like the rotating light fixtures that give off that excellent high for people who do ecstasy and different things in the clubs. But Daniel pulls off quite a ways away, opens the door for you, and the two of you walk up. But the bouncer doesn't seem to be moving out of the way as the two of you approach.
I activate off.
You activate
And,
off.
Just as a note, we have both dressed down for this kind of club.
Ooh, how are we dressed?
More.
Fishnet
He's
stockings.
not wearing his vest. What?
Fishnet stockings.
No, that's for later.
Okay.
That's for later.
He's not wearing his vest. He's wearing a black button-up shirt, untucked, and a pair of jeans, as well as nice shoes, but not dress shoes.
Untucked.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
I was waiting for that.
I would not have expected that.
Whoa! Whoa!
I mean, to be fair, if you do wear that, you will probably get in no problem.
It's the wrong club, though.
The wrong kind of
The wrong
club.
vest.
That
Your
mask
husband-
though, damn, those are, woo!
Your husband just died and you're already dressing up for other people.
That's a quick
I
way
mean-
to get over. Quick
I
way
mean,
to
the thing
move
is, he
on, huh?
died, and I'm actually dressing down tonight.
Mhm.
Already ready to replace your old husband, huh?
Already trading in. Yeah. You're in fact dressed down, but the bouncer has like a clipboard. It's the usual club shakedown. You either need to be on the list, know somebody on the list, or have money, or you wait in line.
Yes, Aldrich will just approach with awe activated.
Mm-hmm. Link awe so that we can see. I know it's the eyes on me power, but I don't.
Basically, I get to add my presence rating to any charisma.
Yes, and they don't get a roll because they're mortal.
Yep.
Alright.
And they wouldn't even know something's up.
Yep. But their eyes immediately focus on you as you approach. And they look interested in whatever you have to say and everything you have to say.
Aldrich will give a smile and I'm expected inside. I'm sure you already know about it. And just kind of trying to fast talk his way through.
Yes, please make me a roll for fast talking it.
Alright.
Charisma and...
Persuasion or sub...
It would
Huge.
be... Subterfuge, because you aren't on the list. You're lying. You're not sweet
I
talking.
am absolutely lying.
You're not sweet.
I'm so good.
You're not
God.
sweet talking him. You're snake tonguing him.
I'm so good written you forgot I wasn't on the list.
Mm-hmm. Are you though?
I mean, it's immortal.
Would you? I have to ask. Would you like to reroll for any reason?
I mean, it's immortal.
It is immortal, but I always have to ask if you want to reroll.
It's really disappointing. How come this always happens to charisma characters?
Don't worry. It happens to me in every character. He takes a moment to look through the list, and he's like, I didn't get your name, but I'm sure you are on the list. I mean, look at you. Someone like you definitely have to... Oh, God, Kay, that picture. It was like, you have to be on the list. You know what? Don't even worry about it. And there's probably a momentary protest from the people who have been standing in line, and then
Shut
you
up,
probably...
his butt's nice.
Oh yeah, you probably turn and give them a look, and then they just immediately quiet down. You blue steel them, and they're like, "Oh, yeah,
shit,
okay.
his butt is nice."
This butt is nice. Yeah, you just you quiet the dissent with a look, and everybody is just good with letting you in.
And I will just pass through, slowly deactivating awe once I'm through the doors.
I'm
Alright.
sorry, that lemur was great.
You cross the threshold, and the music becomes much more prevalent inside. It seems like the brick and metal had done a very good job, because now it's loud and oppressive. You can feel it rattling you to the core as this music goes on. What do you do once you're in? There are plenty of people here enjoying the party. Lots of mortals, lots of bodies together enjoying the closeness, the alcohol, the drugs. It's your kind of scene.
How big is it in here?
How what?
Right.
Well, that's the thing. It's dark, but it's also illuminated. It's a... I know you're a young Babu, so you probably don't know too well, but it's a club, so the lights are purposely misleading in its illumination. There's probably strobing white lights that rotate and flicker and give off an illumination, but it's purposely dim so that there is an illusion of privacy amongst the many masses of people who are not adhering to social distancing in this club. Okay, that just happened. The bottle on Shay's... The bottle cap just popped off on Shay's drink, and she wasn't anywhere near it. Just...
We've told you your apartment's haunted.
Our apartment is haunted.
Got a thirsty ghost.
Yeah, it's a thirsty ghost. I mean, it's empty
So it's
too.
actually just an Octavian.
Yeah. So you, it's dark, but there are rotating lights, and the music flickers to a rhythm that encourages the dancing of this music. And while it's not bright, it's not dark either. It's club scene, is the best way to put it.
Probably got like mist and smoke making the light
Yeah.
more obscuring than
That too.
helpful.
So
Exactly.
Ultra's going to find somewhere a little out of the way,
Hmm.
probably where these strobe lights don't pass over very often.
Yeah. Here we go. I found a video that kind of gives a good impression. My sound is off. So like, Electric Bouncer bonus. Yep. So it's kind of like this, where it's
Yeah.
dark but light enough, and there's a lot of lights that rotate, and it's misty from like fog machines and stuff, and a lot of flashing colors and people, and yeah, you kind of get the impression there. There's lasers because lasers are cool. There's probably a DJ in like neon, and people have like glow sticks and stuff. Nobody's wearing a mask.
Well, they're just glow masks.
They are just glow masks, pacifiers. But you said you were heading somewhere.
Somewhere a little bit more out of the way, not onto the dance floor.
Mm-hmm. And what do you intend to do once you're off and out of sight?
He'll keep an eye out for who he's supposed to be meeting.
Did you ever get a description of who you're supposed to be meeting? How do you plan to find them?
Well, they invited me to this meeting. I think they will want to find me.
Well, that is a bold assumption at somebody else's club. An hour passes. You watch and listen to the music, and nobody comes to find you. Daniel comes back with a couple drinks, and he hands one to you, sips, and he says, "Maybe we should make our presence known." Not like, your presence, but find who's in charge.
So I'm looking at some notes. So what is the layout of the club?
The layout of the club largely has a big dance floor in the middle. One far side, there's a raised stage dedicated to a DJ with turntable, large, obnoxious speakers. Speakers are positioned everywhere to keep giving off this rhythmic thumping of the music. There are light fixtures and scaffolding above. One wall is dedicated to a bar. There's no seats at the bar, but it's kind of like completely neon decorated. And there is where the bar meets the secondary wall. There is like a secondary hallway that looks like it might lead to bathrooms. And then directly above the bar, you can see that there are windows that look like there's an office space that kind of gives off the suggestion that there might also be a stairwell that'll lead up to it.
But I can't see the stairwell.
No, you can't see the
see it.
stairwell from where you are, no.
Aldrich's going to take the drink and start walking towards the hallway.
All right. So Daniel follows behind, and when you get to the stairwell, you see that there is another individual keeping watch at the stairwell.
Alright, I will do the same thing. I'll walk up to him and say, and activate awe.
Hmm.
I was invited to a meeting tonight.
And this time it'll be persuasion because you're not lying.
Really?
I mean, if this fails, I want to see you on the dance floor getting their attention.
What is Aldrich? Are you just off? Are you just off your game because your husbando is dead?
Might be affecting him more than he thinks.
What's that?
It's affecting him more than he thinks. I'm willpowering it though.
All right.
There we go.
Jesus.
5 successes.
It's better. Much better. Yeah, you say you're here for a meeting. The individual kind of gives you a look over, and they frown for a moment, and they say, "You're running late, but she expected that. Head upstairs."
I forgot to add my presence rating.
Ah, well, that makes it even better. They don't frown anymore. They said, "We were worried you were running late. She's upstairs waiting for you. Please, this way." And they actually take the time to show you up now because it's even more successes and a critical line. Yeah.
Alright.
But you are taking up the stairs, and when it gets to the top, there is a door that separates the stair hallway from this office, and you open it up, and the music floods in from outside into this room. But when the gentleman steps to the side for you to enter, they close the door behind you, and the soundproofing is incredible here. The music is much more muted, but you see that there is a woman who is standing in front of the windows watching the scene down below, and the office itself is decorated in a very macabre looking scenery. Her own outfit as well, very gothic in nature, that completely contradicts this EDM raver electronic scene. There are several mouse skulls mounted on placards along the walls. There's a taxidermied owl that is just like arms out sitting on the desk, and it's got big bright eyes, and they're busy like petting a stuffed fox, and they turn to look at you and they say, "Ah, the snake. Good. You've arrived." Bing blong. Redkin is now following. Hello.
Hello. Thank you.
Aldrich takes a step forward. Yes, I'm sorry to have kept you waiting.
Well, you
Might have the pleasure, miss.
would be the first. Davishi, Mirabelle, Davishi. I wanted to speak to somebody who knew where my lost bird is. You announced yourself at the moon tower, and so, well, I needed to talk to you because my bird would fly if they knew.
Your lost bird?
Yes,
Who would that be?
my lost bird is very important. I need them back. She flew away quite a while ago. I should have clipped the wings.
This is not something I'm usually asked to do, but I will happily make an exception for the right price.
Good. Good. You're a man that can be trusted with delicate matters. Yes. What do you look for? What do you require? I have means.
I work in favors.
Favors. Good. Favors are the important currency of the mask. That's good. I can offer a great boon to you. For doing this, I have influence.
Though I will need more information on your lost bird.
Well, you actually have seen the bird. They cage with you now. I just need her brought back. I need to see my bird again. I've been so worried. She wasn't supposed to leave. Not supposed to be out on her own. I take care of my bird, and they ran away, and it's made me so sad. You understand what it means to lose what you treasure most?
I would be willing to set up a meeting between the two of you.
And you see her brighten up, and she drops the taxidermied fox, and she walks over and she hugs you, well before you say there's like a no touching rule, but she hugs you and she lifts you up with a surprising amount of strength, and she says, "Oh, good. Snakes are such good people. Often there's a bad reputation with snakes, but in ancient times you were considered healers and speakers of truth. Snakes are good. Snakes have always been good. I don't care what anyone says."
We always do what's best.
Yes. What's best for everyone? What's best for a mother and for their child? A reunion. I mean, we have to be back together. It's important. I will reward you with a great boon for this. Yes.
Yes, I'll accept a major boon for this meeting.
Good. You mustn't tell the bird, though. She might fly again. If she tries to
She will
fly,
be there.
if she tries to fly, you can clip her wings. I do not mind. I need her back.
I assure you it will happen.
Good. You can be just a bit rough, but not too rough. She is delicate.
Yes, she is.
Good. You understand the value of the bird. That is good. Where are my manners? Would you like a drink?
Thank you for the offer, but I am fine tonight.
Very well. Okay. What about your friend? Your handsome friend there? They like drinks, yes? I would be a bad host if I did not provide drinks.
Daniel has already had his one for the night.
I'm driving. He holds up a hand. Very well. Is there anything more? You extended feelers into the ether. of needing work.
There's nothing else tonight. I will contact you with a date.
So forward. We've only just met.
Until the next time we meet.
Yes, until next time. That would be great.
And Aldrich will hold out his hand like to take her hand to kiss the ring.
He's expecting her to kiss it, or?
No, the other way around. He's holding his hand out to receive.
Oh, okay. And she places her hand down and she says, Good, thank you. I'm so happy that you came. And she sets the hand in yours.
And thumb over the ring, kiss the thumb.
Good. This has been a great night. Be safe. Watch for the eyes.
You as well. And Aldrich will leave.
Somewhere on the
Sybil
mural.
and Josie, what have you all been doing in the last couple hours?
Well, somewhere in the mural, I did a blind person's rendition of a little white bird flying over the ocean.
And then a pirate ship next to it.
There's a pirate ship next to it. But it's kind of, the pirate ship's kind of like crooked.
But it does have a sweet cannon on it.
Yes.
Do not know what Josie's doing, to be honest. It's very much so just like a...
Everybody's just been kind of keeping a distance from each other.
Yeah, Josie has very
Or
much
Sybil.
so just been like,
Nobody let me come along.
I know. How do I include a blind person who can't be left alone?
No, I mean, I think, like, Josie would definitely, like, be hanging out with Sybil and be down there and ever be in the back room eventually after taking a few moments for herself. But I think it's just very much a low-key sort of night/morning. Josie's probably, like, painting some more paintings and putting them up on the wall, and then maybe going over and adding a few details with Sybil's permission to Sybil's paintings.
Yes, help me paint.
Yeah, and I feel like it's gonna just end up being like a Josie Sybil mural by the end of it.
Certainly.
Josie will add flowers to occasional parts of it. Because that's really all Josie paints. Josie paints like figure drawings and everything, but most of it's basically the flowers. But yeah, I think for at least for the rest of this night, that's it. A lot has happened, and Josie doesn't want it to be too crazy yet. Taking a break for a little.
Breaking from
then,
the crazy. God.
Then jumping back into it soon.
Yeah.
Um,
That's true.
Quick question though.
Mm-hmm.
What means of contact, because there was that slip up in the beginning, would Josie, what would be the preferred means of contact to Josie's, to the Baron?
Oh, you can still call. You just have to be careful with your messaging. there's probably like a Dropbox isn't the right term, but there's probably like a place you can call to leave messages.
Yeah.
Because you have a burner phone, so you can probably just leave a message and be like, hey, need to talk, we're at such and such. When you get this, call me. Having a normal conversation isn't so monitored.
Yeah.
When information is monitored, especially over like phone lines, they're looking for key phrases, not actually listening to conversations.
Yeah, eventually she's gonna want to contact him, but not tonight.
Okay. Well, we're a little early, but I think with Oren making a new character and everybody having a chance to do something, and with a lot of big, scary revelations, we can wrap up a little early. That way, we can talk as a coterie about what Oren will be doing off-stream. But
Cool.
great game, everybody. I tried so hard to have everybody work together tonight, and nobody wanted to do
You
it.
did. Sorry about that.
Hey, it's fine.
I tried.
This is what happens when you're blind, you're mad, you're letting out frustrations, or you're dead.
No, it works out.
You guys do not have to always be together, and you do a good job of showing that as this coterie. It's just
It's like the two extremes, last season and this season, like someone had said earlier.
Yep, that's last season it was like I was buying my own haven, and then all of a sudden everybody lives in Desra's haven. It's like, ow.
Hey, my lab's there. It's for ease of use.
Yep. I was the
Also,
dad.
I paid to have it expanded, so
I think everybody paid. I think I just paid the most. That's why it was mine. But thank you everybody for watching. This was a very extreme and emotional episode, and Jason Carl stopped by, so it was exciting and stressful and wonderful all at the same time, and that was a great feeling. And I got to kill a player, so that was good too, because that's really hard to do in Vampire.
This was so.
it's really not.
It's really not. You just really have to mess up, apparently, because I can do things like not follow the rules to kill you if you really mess up. You were saying, Kay?
Well, I was just saying, technically, this is the first PC death I was witness for.
Yeah.
Aldragos was I was in the campaign. I just wasn't there that day.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, usually I'm the one who dies in these games, so it's a welcome change of pace.
Well, I mean,
I die or I kill people. That's kind of the two extremes.
It's my first character dead in this game.
Certainly
in this
won't be the
stream.
last. I mean, what?
Oh no, it's not.
I mean, eventually these Anarchs will start doing Anarch things, but now is not that time.
Yeah.
Nope.
And that's sort of the whole vibe we're getting right now.
Yeah, you guys gotta have time to build up anyways.
My favorite part of Oren's death is like, we're coming for you.
It's like, really?
Both your heads.
Well, thanks for the information.
Like, we're coming for you. Make a note of that.
I mean, they should have known that from the box that we throw into the.
I mean, they probably figured it out by your attempted escape, but also it's like, thanks for the heads up.
Yeah. They said heads
We just
up,
gotta.
heads up 7-Up, and then they took off his head.
Just
Okay,
gotta
so
play dumb.
I do have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Are we
going
off
to be doing another time
Not
skip?
yet. Sorry.
Are we going to be doing another time skip, or?
Probably only like a day, because the problem now, this was a little unexpected. Now the Marischal knows that shit is happening, or is going to know that shit is happening. So my real question will be to you is like, how long before can we stretch this out before I have to have the Marischal show up and start causing problems for you all? Because at the very least, Ezra will be here to give you a hard time, because I cannot kill your players or your characters without your permission.
I was excited. See, I think it would be hilarious, right? If the Marischal comes back,
to play
but
both
they're
sides.
NPCs for now. Well, so they're NPCs for now, and you play them.
Oh
But you know how
my
like
God.
sometimes in games, like in video games, it's like you play as the one people, and then it's just like, oh, they're so cool. Like not cool, but it's just like, okay, these are the normal people. But then you play other people, and then you meet these other people, and they're totally OP and like
Guys,
I just think
I'm
that would be
literally.
fucking hilarious.
If I'm
Do
playing
you
as the Marshal, it'll be like me playing as Abby, who killed Joel.
Yep, that's basically what it'll end up being. It's like you're gonna end up. Yep. Mm.
I don't think you don't have a Marischal character though. Not from the old.
No,
season.
that's why they would be Abby. They would be the outsider that kills the beloved PC.
The beloved dad, the
Yep.
beloved dad.
Oh God! Oh, you know what? You know what it'll be? It'll be Navina getting held down and Oren having to club Desra to death in front of Navina.
Oh Lord! That would be fun.
Yeah. God, that would be awful. All right,
That
but
would be
that'll be awful.
It'd be
play
awful.
as,
Thanks, I hate it.
I definitely would not give you permission to kill Finn right now.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
That's why I don't want to do that. But now Ark and I have to figure out how long theoretically it will take for the Marischal to come back.
Here's the thing, though. Do we get to play our both characters, and
No.
have them fight each other?
No, absolutely not.
Because
I would definitely do sides.
I would put my money on the Marischal.
Yes, I would as
Yeah.
well, because
That's what I was saying.
the
it'd be-
Marischal has so much more experience and abilities that they will be OP as fuck by comparison. And also they have a Tremere, so we have a Hulk, and Nepione walks out just
like blood.
Is
Please,
Epione
Desert wouldn't even know that reference.
has the blood that has beefed up Epione worn off by now?
What do you mean?
How long? Because she does
She
her.
has access to putting points into the powers now, I believe. But
From her
the potion
Diablerie,
wore off.
her Diablerie stuff hasn't worn off.
Oh,
right?
the Diablerie?
Yeah, because you got
drinking from the
you
blood
got-
of might and
you got beefy from drinking a dude or eating a dude's soul.
Yeah, that's
so
just
the
forever.
Diablerie stays because
Yeah, so yeah, the whole
but the Draught of Might and the Draught of Endurance or whatever that only lasts until
Till you drink again.
your next feeding.
yeah, there you go. So yeah, she's not hulked out anymore. She's just stupid powerful. All right,
Yeah.
but now I'm gonna end our stream because we got
Yep.
got talking into it. So thanks everyone.